Welcome along to the latest look at this weekend's Premier League action, and we'll be taking a closer look as Chelsea take on Spurs. Manchester United take on Stoke at Old Trafford. Stoke have had reasonable results away from home, did very well at United's neighbours City. I don't think it's going to be as easy though at Old Trafford. United's defence is still poor to me, but going forward they look pretty devastating. I'm going for a comfortable 3-0 home win.
Don't think it'll be as convincing as that, but one thing I will say is Wayne Rooney's on one of those runs at the moment. You know, he's a player who, when he gets into a rhythm, when he's finally fit and when he's playing well, he gets into a rhythm and he scores goals on a regular basis. 3 on the trot now if you include the England game where he scored against Scotland. I think this is another game where Wayne Rooney will score, and I agree, Manchester United do win.
Swansea against Queen's Park Rangers down in South Wales. Queen's Park Rangers absolutely hopeless away from home. Don't see it changing against the Swans. Gary Monk's side are going well. They tend to pass the ball around for half an hour before going forward, but that is something they'll do against a QPR side who'll be left chasing shadows. Home win, 3-4, maybe even 5-0.
Home win for me as well. Yeah, I don't think there'll be that many goals in it, but you never know. It's the Premier League. Anything can happen on any given day, and this will be an interesting game. Queen's Park Rangers do share goals with teams, don't they? We saw that 3-2 with Liverpool, 3-2 at the weekend as well for Harry Redknapp's side. Yeah, I think maybe 3-2 again here, but to Swansea.
Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. Neil Warnock's side going well. I think Palace are a lot better than people give them credit for. I don't think they're going to struggle this season as much as maybe the opposition Aston Villa will. Villa can't score goals. I think they've scored about 6 in as many Premier League games, whereas Palace, although they don't get any rubber results from the referees when it comes to penalties, they manage to rub along quite nicely and pick up the points they need. I'm going for a close Palace home win.
I'm going for a Palace home win as well. I think they are very tough to beat at Selhurst Park. We've seen a number of teams come a cropper there. Aston Villa, I think Aston Villa probably do play a little bit better away from home than at home, but this is still a bit of a bridge too far for them. I think there's turmoil at that club now. Roy Keane's gone, and I think there's still a few things to come out from that. So I'd go for a Crystal Palace win on this occasion too.
West Brom take on West Ham at the Hawthorn. Alan Irvin's men, well, they appear to be on the crest of a slump at the moment, whereas the Happy Hammers couldn't be happier. Sam Allardyce's side dreaming of Europe. Last season they all wanted him out. This season they all want him in. I'm predicting another good day for the Hammers. More woe for the former Everton assistant coach Irvine as West Brom slump at home again. 2-1 the Hammers. Yeah,
there's a bit of turmoil at West Brom now, isn't there, as well? You can just sense that they're starting to slip down towards the wrong end of the table and the pressure's mounting. I think that's going to be a tough game for their players to cope with as well, with the crowd possibly being on the back if they go a goal down early. I think West Ham are a sort of side that can really go there and do a job. They've got, you know, a lot of organisation, a very tight defence. I think they'll probably go there and win 1-0.
Arsenal take on Southampton at the Emirates Stadium. Arsene Wenger's men, I think they lurch from one victory to maybe a defeat. I don't think they're going very well, the Gunners. I think Southampton will bounce back following that rather shocking home defeat to Manchester City. Not a shock to lose to City, but to lose 3 goals is probably something that has given them a kick up the backside. Bit of a wake-up call for Arsenal as well coming in this one, I think. Southampton to win 3-1.
Southampton, I think, could be a real potential banana skin for Arsenal this game. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I just don't know whether Southampton can win the game. You know, I'd probably say on the balance of what we've seen from both these sides, they're very evenly matched this season. So I'd probably go for the draw.
Everton take on Hull at Goodison Park. Everton have been going well after a blip at the start of the season, but they were a bit unlucky to get beaten by Tottenham at the weekend. Hull, it's a nightmare for Steve Bruce's men. He can't get a performance out of his side. There's pressure mounting on the former Manchester United centre-half. Everton are going to increase that pressure, I think, even despite the fact that they've got a few injuries. Lukaku, is he going to get amongst the goals? I'm predicting 2. A brace for the big Belgium.
Yeah, I think Lukaku started to find his form as well now after a slow start to the season, so I would be agreeing with you. I think Lukaku is a real threat to a Hull City defence which has been leaking goals quite a bit recently. 3 against Manchester United at weekend, 2 against Tottenham the week before when they were in a winning position. So I think Everton do win this at Goodison Park. They're a very formidable beast, and I think they win this one.
Finally, in this round of fixtures, Sunderland take on Manchester City. Gus Poyet's men will be looking to have the same resolve against the City side as they did recently against Chelsea, where they battled out a struggling 0-0 draw. Struggle for Chelsea, they just couldn't break them down, and towards the end, Sunderland probably had the better chances to steal a win. I predict the same sort of effort against Manchester City, but I just think Sergio Aguero, such talent up front, he will steal a goal for City, and City are going to nick it by 1-0.
I think the value here is going to be on Sunderland to win, and I genuinely think that because they've had a great record against Manchester City at the Stadium of Light in the last couple of years. I think they could do it again. They really could do it again. Manchester City fans will tell you they don't know what sort of performance they're going to get from their team week in, week out. They're still inconsistent, and I think Sunderland can take advantage here and maybe win 1-0.